Hello everyone, it's Lady Night. Today I want to do a little flip through first impressions of the Fallen Angels Oracle, but actually not this one because that's the old edition. About 3 hours ago the doorbell rang and the mailman brought me this. This is the brand new version, the second edition of the Fallen Angel Oracle cards by Nigel Suckling. And this has previously been published with this cover in 2011. Now I have the French version here. I don't know if you can see that with the gold. There. So this is the French version because the English version has been sold out for so long. And now it's finally back in print on Amazon. At least over here it says it will be released on April 14th. I ordered mine, or pre-ordered mine on Book Depository July 20th, 2019. And today is April 6th, 2020. So it took a while before I was able to have it, but now it's here. And today I just want to do a quick comparison to see if anything has changed from the first to the second edition. And then let's look into the cards a little bit. So the first thing, as I said, the cover has changed. So this was the original, and this is the back, and we have a new image here on the front, and we have some cards on the sides. We didn't have that before. So the outside has completely changed. But they still have the same mechanism. Oh, so this one is still new. As you can see, I already got the paper thing out of here. So we have the book. Oops. And we have the cards. And with this one, it opens the same way. So we have the book and the cards. As you can see, the cards have not really changed. It's just the sunlight that makes this a bit lighter than that. I mean, it might be a hint lighter from the colors, but then again, this is the French version. It's not the English printing, so I don't know if there is a slight color difference. But as you can see, the size is still the exact same. The cardstock is still the same. The image on the back is the same. And yeah, so this is the French, this is the English version, and we can see even the names are still in the same places, the keywords, that hasn't really changed. And yeah, this is the sunlight that's making this a little bit lighter, so they're actually very, very similar. There's not a very noticeable difference. So you can see that these cards still look the same. And I'm not gonna do a complete flip through now. So let's have a look at the guidebooks really quick. As you can see here, the cover on the front has also changed. The back is also different. And let's just compare them really quick. So as we open them, we can see that is still the same. Now keep in mind, this is the French version. Let's just do it this way. So we still have the same images. Everything looks just about the same. Even here, table of content, pretty much the same thing. And then we get into the introduction. As you can see, same thing, nothing has changed. And it is like that for the rest of the book. Everything is pretty much the same thing. It's the same amount of pages, so the book has not changed at all. Let's have a closer look inside the book. So we see here that this is the 2020 edition and previously first published 2011. And in the introduction, we learn a little bit about how this came to be. It talks a bit about the story of King Solomon and how he enlisted the help of these fallen angels to build his temple, because Archangel Michael gave him a ring with the seal of Solomon on it so that he could make these fallen angels do whatever he said. One ring to bind them all. That sounds familiar. So it also mentions that these fallen angels are not exactly like demons. They are closer to maybe pagan gods or Celtic fairy folk based on their morality. And then we get a little bit more into the origins of the cards and a small page on the gender of angels. Then we get something about the elements, because each of the cards has an element that is attributed to it, and then also a planet to work with. And then it talks about how to use the cards, how to do the layout, and we get a typical past, present, future spread. We have a 5-card spread where we have the current situation, what brought us to the situation, what's the outcome, what was the spiritual way into the situation, and what's the spiritual outcome. We have the classic Celtic cross, and then we get another spread that's called the Solomon seal, and it tells us how the Star of David is put together, and then we get the actual spread with 7 cards. So we have the overall situation in the middle, and then background influences, what caused the situation, obstacles to overcome, the attitude you need, the action you must take, and then the likely outcome. And you always get a sample interpretation with every spread. And then we also have the 7-card pyramid, and you can just pause the video if you want to see what that one is about. And once again, you get a sample interpretation, and then we get right into the cards. And as you can see, we have colored images for all of them. It always gives us the name, the element, the planet, a message, a bit of an interpretation, and then each card has a motto that is here on the front. We have the name, and then there is the motto. They're all numbered from 1 to 75, so they're very easy to find in the guidebook. And that way you can start working with the cards right away. So instead of flipping through the cards, I thought I would do a sample reading for you guys to show you how this deck works in action. And I chose the Solomon seal for this, and these are the cards that I pulled for myself. And this is about my spiritual studies. So we're starting with the card in the middle, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not going to pronounce the names on the cards because I'm probably going to butcher them, so I'm just gonna use the numbers and the keywords. Okay, so the card in the middle, number 44, is the current situation, and that one talks about turmoil, and Earth and Venus are the representations for that card. So it tells me to not panic over wild ideas, which would be my spiritual studies and the things that I want to learn, and there's a way through that will appear. So learning new things may be scary and may feel overwhelming because of the sheer mass of information to take in. So it is important for me to just stay grounded and do the things that I'm passionate about. And yeah, that is something that I'm actually feeling. I'm in my focus year right now, or focus years, and I have all these things that I want to study, and I sometimes don't know where to start. I simply don't know where to start. So then we go to the bottom, number 43, and that is the background influence. And here we have respite, so fire and Mars energy. And it talks about preparing for harder times during peaceful times. So preserving the strength during times when everything seems good is always a good idea, because you never know how quickly that can change. And since that is like the past card, yeah, I didn't really prepare for the spiritual situation that I'm in right now, which is why I'm feeling overwhelmed. Then we go to number 22, and this is the immediate cause. Here we have wisdom, air, and sun. So this card talks about meditating and paying attention to your dreams, which is a problem for me right now because I do not remember my dreams. I don't know how I can change that, but I've never really been much of a sleep dreamer. I'm more of a daydreamer. And so, yeah, this whole dream situation, and I'm really jealous of people who say, oh, I can remember my dreams and I have a dream journal. My dream journal would be completely empty because I just don't remember anything, and yes, that bothers me. So then we go to card position number 3, which is here the 64, Vigilance, with Earth and Venus energy. And this one talks about remaining on the ground because danger may return. And yeah, we live in uncertain times. And spirituality is always, or can also be uncertain, because you never really know ahead what kind of progress you're going to make, and you don't know what certain things might do to you, how you feel about them. And so in this case, with this specific fallen angel, turning to astrology and astronomy for help might be a good preparation for what comes next. Because I'm the kind of person, I like to know things in advance to take precautions. And this talks about just that. So looking into the astrological calendar to see what kind of constellations are coming up. Not just Mercury retrograde, but a lot of other constellations are happening in 2020 and 2021 that can be a bit troublesome. So knowing about them in advance to be prepared is a good idea. Then number 4, we have card number 36. And that one talks about change and development. And here we have air and Mercury. So it says, act while your enemies are distracted. And for me, that means don't let others steal my strength. And I should do the things that I love and be loyal to myself. So it doesn't matter if other people approve of what I do. It's about myself. These are my studies. I want to do that. I don't need anyone else's approval, so I shouldn't let them steal my thunder. The next card, number 5, is the action that I should take. And here we have card number 3, Discovery, Earth, and once again Mercury. So this is about understanding the causes to resolve them. So identifying the problem can cure it, and arts and crafts may be of help. And what this means to me is maybe find a creative way to approach my studies to make it a little bit more fun and interesting and not so serious. To not only make sure that I keep interest in it and that I don't lose interest, but to also make this a very comforting and healing process for me, so that I can make progress. And then we have the last card, number 6, the likely outcome. That is card number 71. Empathy. This is my only water card that I have in here, water and Venus. And it talks about peace and reconciliation that can be achieved through understanding and the recognition of common humanity. So for me, understanding the hearts and minds of other people, no matter how different their beliefs are, that is something that I'm trying to do. And I think with the current studies that I chose, Well, one thing I want to do is learn more about Jesus in a way to, like, I don't even know how to approach them because I was raised far away from church and religion, like organized religion, and I think I inherited my grandma's dislike for the church and everything that the church stands for. So automatically I have my walls up when it comes to anything like Jesus or God related, and I have never really wanted to have anything to do with that. But I think the fields of study that I chose for me now will eventually lead me in some way, shape, or form to Jesus. I don't know what that looks like now. And one thing that I'm also confused about is that every religion that I have looked at has a different way of describing Jesus, and it seems like they each have their own Jesus. And that is just very confusing, and I hope to get a bit more clarity to kind of find out how I can invite the energy of Jesus into my life and to kind of overcome that resentment that I feel because of loyalty to my grandma, if that makes sense. Okay, so that was the reading for myself. That was quite deep, so these cards do have a lot to offer. And yeah, so if you are interested in getting these cards, they are now available. I got them on Book Depository, but they're also on Amazon. And I think they are amazing. This reading was really good. It was helpful. And yeah, I'm going to have lots of fun with these cards. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!